चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना। जाके चले न दूंगी, रास्ता रोक लूंगी, जाके चले न दूंगी, रास्ता रोक लूंगी। सैया के पैया पर जाऊंगी, रोके कहूंगी, सैया के पैया पर जाऊंगी, रोके कहूंगी। अखियां मिला के जिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना। आहू के बदले आहे लेना, सीधा गाना देना, आहू के बदले आहे लेना, सीधा गाना देना। नैन मारे ना रोए रोए, इसलिए कहना, नैन मारे ना रोए रोए, इसलिए कहना। अखियां मिला के जिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना। जाने का नाम न लो, राजा जी दिल बैठा जाए, जाने का नाम न लो, राजा जी दिल बैठा जाए। हाँ देखो जी देखो, दुखी दिल की पर न पाए, हाँ देखो जी देखो, दुखी दिल की पर न पाए। अखियां मिला के जिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना। दम भर जो उधर मुँह फेरे, दम भर जो उधर मुँह फेरे, ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगी, बातें हजार कर लूंगी। दम भर जो उधर मुँह फेरे, ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगी, बातें हजार कर लूंगी। दिल करता है प्यार के सजदे, दिल करता है प्यार के सजदे, और मैं भी उनके साथ चांद को चंदा रोज ही देखे। मेरी पहली रात हो, मेरी पहली रात, बादल में अब छुप जा रे, ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगी, बातें हजार कर लूंगी।
दम भर जो इधर मुँह फेरे, दम भर जो इधर मुँह फेरे, ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगा, नजरें तो चार कर लूंगा। मैं चोर हूँ काम है चोरी, मैं चोर हूँ काम है चोरी, दुनिया में हूँ बदनाम। दिल को चुराता आया हूँ मैं, यही मेरा काम हो, यही मेरा काम। आना तू गवाही देने, ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगा, नजरें तो चार कर लूंगा।
दिल को चुरा के खो मत जाना, राह न जाना भूल, इन कदमों से कुचल न देना मेरे दिल का फूल हो, मेरे दिल का फूल। ये बात उन्हें समझा दे ओ चंदा, मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगी, बातें हजार कर लूंगी।
दम भर जो इधर मुंह फेरे वो चंदा, मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगा, नजरें उतार कर लूंगा।
दम भर जो उधर मुंह फेरे प्यार हो गया, देखती से प्यार हो गया, प्यार हो गया, दिल बेकरार हो गया, बेकरार हो गया, देखती से प्यार हो गया, देखती से प्यार हो गया। तू मेरा चांद मैं तेरी चांदनी,
मैं तेरा राग तू मेरी रागनी,
तू मेरा चांद मैं तेरी चांदनी,
मैं तेरा राग तू मेरी रागनी हो।
नहीं दिल का लगाना कोई दिल लगी, कोई दिल लगी। नहीं दिल का लगाना कोई दिल लगी, कोई दिल लगी। साथ ही जीना साथ ही मरना उल्फत की है रीत, हाँ उल्फत की है रीत। साथ ही जीना साथ ही मरना उल्फत की है रीत, हाँ उल्फत की है रीत।
प्यार की मुरली हर दम गाए तेरी लगन के गीत। प्यार की मुरली हर दम गाए तेरी लगन के गीत। मैं तेरा राग तू मेरी रागनी,
तू मेरा चांद मैं तेरी चांदनी हो। नहीं दिल का लगाना कोई दिल लगी, कोई दिल लगी।
भूल न जाना रुत ये सुहानी, ये दिन और ये रात, हाँ ये दिन और ये रात। भूल न जाना रुत ये सुहानी, ये दिन और ये रात, हाँ ये दिन और ये रात।
जब तक चमके चांद सितारे देखो छूटे ना साथ। जब तक चमके चांद सितारे देखो छूटे ना साथ। तू मेरा चांद मैं तेरी चांदनी,
मैं तेरा राग तू मेरी रागनी हो।
नहीं दिल का लगाना कोई दिल लगी, कोई दिल लगी। तू मेरा चांद मैं तेरी चांदनी,
मैं तेरा राग तू मेरी रागनी।
तू मेरा चांद मैं तेरी चांदनी,
मैं तेरा राग तू मेरी रागनी हो।
नहीं दिल का लगाना कोई दिल लगी, कोई दिल लगी, नहीं दिल का लगाना कोई दिल लगी, कोई दिल लगी। साथ ही जीना साथ ही मरना उल्फत की है रीत, हाँ उल्फत की है रीत। साथ ही जीना साथ ही मरना उल्फत की है रीत, हाँ उल्फत की है रीत।
प्यार की मुरली हर दम गाए तेरी लगन की। प्यार की मुरली हर दम गाए तेरी लगेगी। मैं तेरा राग तू मेरी रागनी।
तू मेरा चांद मैं तेरी चांदनी हो। नहीं दिल का लगाना कोई दिल लगी, कोई दिल लगी।
भूल न जाना रुत ये सुहानी, ये दिन और ये रात, हाँ ये दिन और ये रात। भूल न जाना रुत ये सुहानी, ये दिन और ये रात, हाँ ये दिन और ये रात।
जब तक चमके चांद सितारे देखो छूटे ना साथ, जब तक चमके चांद सितारे देखो छूटे ना साथ। तू मेरा चांद मैं तेरी चांदनी,
मैं तेरा राग तू मेरी रागनी हो।
नहीं दिल लगाना कोई दिल लगी, कोई दिल लगी। अखियाँ मिला के सिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाके सिया भर के चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना। जाके चले न दूंगी मैं तो रोक लूंगी, जाके चले न दूंगी मैं रास्ता रोक लूंगी। हाँ सैया के पैया पर जाऊंगी रोके कहूंगी, हाँ सैया के पैया पर जाऊंगी रोके कहूंगी। अखियाँ मिला के जिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना। आहों के बदले आहे लेना सीधा गाना देना, आहों के बदले आहे लेना सीधा गाना देना। हाँ नैन मारे ना रोए रोए इसलिए कहना, हाँ नैन मारे ना रोए रोए इसलिए कहना। अखियाँ मिला के जिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना। जाने का नाम न लो राजा जी दिल बैठा जाए, जाने का नाम न लो राजा जी दिल बैठा जाए। हाँ देखो जी देखो दुखी दिल की पर न पाए, हाँ देखो जी देखो दुखी दिल की पर न पाए। अखियाँ मिला के दिया भरमा के चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले नहीं जाना, ओ चले न उधर मुँह फेरे। दम भर जो उधर मुँह फेरे, ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगी, बातें हजार कर लूंगी। दम भर जो उधर मुँह फेरे, ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर। दिल करता है प्यार के सजदे, दिल करता है प्यार के सजदे, और मैं भी उनके साथ चांद को चंदा रोज ही देखे। मेरी पहली रात हो, मेरी पहली रात, बादल में अब छुप जा रे ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगी, बातें हजार कर लूंगी।
दम भर जो इधर मुँह फेरे, दम भर जो इधर मुँह फेरे, ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगा, नजरें तो चार कर लूंगा। मैं चोर हूँ काम है चोरी, मैं चोर हूँ काम है चोरी, दुनिया में हूँ बदनाम। दिल को चुराता आया हूँ मैं, यही मेरा काम हो, यही मेरा काम। आना तू गवाही देने ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगा, नजरें तो चार कर लूंगा।
दिल को चुरा के खो मत जाना, दिल को चुरा के खो मत जाना, राह न जाना भूल। इन कदमों से कुचल न देना मेरे दिल का फूल हो, मेरे दिल का फूल। ये बात उन्हें समझा दे ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगी, बातें हजार कर लूंगी।
दम भर जो इधर मुँह फेरे ओ चंदा मैं उनसे प्यार कर लूंगा, नजरें तो चार कर लूंगा।
दम भर जो उधर मुँह फेरे
afternoon, I will say a prayer, the Gayatri Mantra. The Gayatri Mantra is the most famous or most powerful mantra of Hinduism. It is used to bring light into mind, body, and spirit. The light into body is health, the light into mind is positivity, and the light into spirit is good character. It's also going to uplift the individual soul, the family, and the friends. Three layers. Gayatri Mantra is always working on three layers. ॐ भूर्भुवस्सः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्सः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. I will chant a Mrityunjay mantra. This mantra is going to bring fulfillment and completion to the soul's journey and release any misery or suffering before death and after death also. We chant this mantra to enlighten the soul to reach the highest abode. ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात् ॐ त्र्यम्बकं यजामहे सुगन्धिं पुष्टिवर्धनम् उर्वारुकमिव बन्धनात् मृत्योर्मुक्षीयमामृतात्. That I'm going to say a few words about our Hindu tradition and the journey of the soul. Hindus believe in many births. They don't believe in just one birth because they believe that the soul needs many births to complete and fulfill all its desires so that ultimately it will have no desire so that it can ultimately rest with the God. So, because the soul takes many births, what happens to the soul is every time that it comes into a body, it's a birth. Every time it leaves the body, it's called a death. But it's simply just like a next destiny in the soul's journey. So the body is a one-time affair for the soul. That means the soul uses the body just like one time, and then it discards the body just like we discard our old clothing. The soul discards the body to take on the new body. In fact, the soul is considers the Hindus consider the body to be an attachment which starts relating to the family and the friends, which can become a hurdle in the soul's journey to move forward. As long as the body is there, the soul want to be attached to the body, and as a result, to the family and friends. Therefore, it will be a bit difficult for the release of the soul. That is the reason the body is right away dissolved. So Avinash was telling that Ahalya ji was asking the funeral to be performed within 2 days. That is an ancient tradition. They perform the funeral as soon as possible to reduce the misery to the soul. The longer the soul keeps the body, the longer it's moving around the body and feels more painful. So the faster it is dissolved, the better the soul feels. So they're doing the right thing by doing it as soon as possible. The best thing to do. So this body is dissolved into the fire because in Hinduism, fire ritual is a part of their daily routine. And in fact, they do fire ritual thrice in the three junctures of the day, morning to morning to day and afternoon and evening again when it's becoming night. Three times they do the fire ritual because for Hindus, the fire represents the change, transformation principle. Wherever you see the fire, it changes things. From gas is there in the car, it burns it up and makes it move the car. I mean, the stove, it cooks the food. In your body, as acid, it sort of digests your food. And as a metabolism, it burns the calories so that you can work. So wherever you see the fire, it's always changing things from one state to other state. Always change is affected by the fire itself. Only when change occurs, we see there is a time, movement of time. There's past, there's present, and there's future. Change always brings movement of time. Therefore, change is nothing but sacrificing the old thing. Therefore, fire represents sacrifice, which results in change. Change results in time, and time results in experiencing the life. The life itself is represented by fire. The time is represented by fire. Life represented by fire. Sacrifice represented by fire. Change represented by fire. Change is always for the good. You are always moving from a lower level to higher level in the change. Nobody want to go backwards in the change. So change is always moving forward, giving up older things so that you move forward in positive things. That is the reason fire is used as a way of burning away older and lower things, as negative things in life are burnt away so that you can move positively to the future. In this way, the fire ritual is performed every day, 3 times a day. They burn away the night sins in the morning, morning sins to afternoon sins in the afternoon to evening sins are burned away in the fire in the evening, so that they can move forward positively ahead. That is the reason fire ritual is performed every day. And the final fire ritual is a cremation itself, where the body itself is offered into the fire itself. So, because the body is offered into the fire, this is called the fire ritual of the human body itself. This is called Naramedham in ancient Sanskrit. Naramedham means offering the body into the fire. It's also called Pitrumedham, indicating that parent's body is being offered into the fire. So the parents get some help from the kids. So it is believed that as long as you have kids, you are living eternally. The reason for that is your cells are being, when you are alive today, your cells are coming from your parents, grandparents, great grandparents, and so on and so forth, all the back. So you're living from, your cells are living from many, many thousands or millions of years. You're living forever as long as you're living in the kids' bodies. So kids' bodies are considered to be simply a duplication of their own body, and they are multiplying themselves in so many. Every person is multiplying themselves and living in the body forever. So when the kids are performing this ritual, it's not the kids who's performing the ritual. She herself is performing the fire ritual through the help of the kids because she's not living in the body. So the kids are simply branches of herself. So when you see a banyan tree, it throws the roots and each root becomes a new tree. Like that, the same banyan tree is now expanded into many trees. Still, it's the same banyan trees. In similar way, when the kids perform this fire ritual, it is herself who is performing this fire ritual. It's called yajna in our ancient scriptures. She's performing a yajna in offering her body into the fire so that she gets detached from this whole family setup and friends, and she moves ahead into the higher worlds. As soon as the body is dissolved, she gets detached from the body. She starts moving to the next worlds, higher worlds. So this is called a dissolution of the body, and it's called yajna, and therefore this whole thing is considered to be very, very sacred. This ritual is called antyeshti, the final wish of the soul. Final desire of the soul is to evolve into a next higher birth. And for that, this is the best ritual to be performed through the help of our kids. That's the reason the kids will take over and do this one. The kids, this is also the gratefulness and gratitude of the kids towards her to do this ritual. Therefore, the kids perform this ritual and help her to evolve into a higher being in a different dimension, in a different world. She goes to a different world in a different dimension. For that, kids are helping because just like she helped the kids to come into this world because she gave birth, she was pregnant, and then she gave birth to the kids. she she took so much pains to give birth to the kids. Therefore, now when the kids has to repay that by giving her new birth in the higher world. So that's what this ritual do to her, and the other rituals they perform to evolve her from this world to the higher dimension where she will be reborn as a different person, and therefore she's taking new birth in that world. So that is what all initiated by the kids. It's in a way that thanking her for giving them birth here. So this is what the ritual is all about. The importance of the ritual. The process of ritual is that they dissolve the 5 elements: earth element, water element, air element, fire element, and space element into the space. Into all the 5 elements are merged back in the nature. For that reason, the body is carried to the cremation ground, not driven in a car like ancient today, because they want to repay that the mother carried the body kids all her life. So now they want to carry her on their shoulders till the cremation ground, which is generally out of the town. So they carry a long time. They carry her, and because they carry her, it's a little heavy to carry the body. So they stop 5 times. Each time they take a rice ball and distribute in the 4 directions, so that the rice ball represents their body being dissolved in the nature, and the rice ball is also eaten by bugs and bacteria, whose souls feel happy by eating that food and they bless the soul. So they stop at 5 places on the way and throw 5 rice balls in 5 directions, indicating the body is getting dissolved back into the nature. So it's a ritual performed with a great importance and meaningfulness. So kids will do it. That's what we'll do at the end of this prayer service. So I'm going to be doing a final prayer for her, and then we'll have other part of the funeral ceremony. Om Asatoma Sadgamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us move from untruth to truthfulness, from darkness to light, from death to immortality, so that we don't need to grieve for the separation and death. Become immortal beings. We are all immortal beings. We assume to be mortals. It's a misconception that we have to. That is a ignorance. We are going to rise beyond the ignorance to attain that immortality. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let her soul, Ahalya's soul, attain completion and then fulfillment, and then she can move smoothly and freely and peacefully to the higher world. Om Shanti, Om Shanti, Om Shanti.
Ahalya Chooniedass was born, in her own words, on the 1st of the 1st, 1941, at 1 o'clock in the daytime. She used to tell me a story exactly like this, that when the horse race started and the gun fired, she came out and was crying wah wah. She used to tell me this story as this is what her father would tell her. She attended Tunapuna CM, where she played many sports and made many, many friends. Aji did activities such as stick fighting, track, and plenty of netball. One time when she was running track in middle school, she slipped and fell and lost her two front teeth. She was crying so much and said the boys made fun of her, and this is how the story of her long life with false teeth began. Aji lived a long life, maybe not as long as she wished, till 104, but she still lived a very happy life. If you know anything about her childhood, you know she was a troublemaker. My most favorite story is the time she snuck out to go play with her friends, then came back home and went under the couch to take a nap. Every single person in the house was looking for her, and no one found her until Uncle Ba looked under the couch and said, "Look, Hilly fell asleep." She got in big trouble for that. Aji's parents used to own a parlor, and she would go down to the shop to steal sweet drink and put in her coffee cup in the mornings, so she would be able to have sweet drink without anybody knowing. I think she was very smart with this trick and continued to do it for years until she finally got caught. I would also like to thank her for these stories because this taught me how to cause some mischief. She also said that she was one of the first female drivers in Trinidad. If we skip later ahead in life, she got to meet my Aja, Sarin Chooniedass. They then got married and moved to Canada. In Canada, Aji worked in the hospital for many years with Yvonne Das, or my Grammy. Both Grammy and Aji used to tell me many stories about how they worked together and how amazing their friendship was. Aji got blessed with two wonderful kids, my Papa Avi and my Auntie Rishma. My Aji was very proud of her children and their accomplishments. When I was growing up, she would tell me stories about both her children and how they caused trouble. She would tell me how, after working night shifts, she would come home and see them. Later on, she got an amazing son in law, Anthony, and an awesome daughter in law, Shilpa, my mom. Eventually, I also came along and she was very happy. Aji was very fun to be around and creative as well. We made a doll cake for my ninth birthday, and I'll always remember it. The cake looked good and tasted amazing too, but boy, that thing was so big it lasted days. When I think of Aji, think of the pinks.
When I think of Aji, I think of all the pink sweaters she would always wear. Her hair that always seemed to need to be cut or colored. The bright clothes she wore, pretty sure she was allergic to any dark colors like black. I think of the watch she would constantly wear no matter what. I think of the banana bread and the roti she would make. I think of the sponge cake everyone enjoyed to eat. I think of the vivid lipstick she would wear. I think about the jokes she would crack. I think about the cheese biscuit she would make. I think about all the good times we had, and that's all I want to remember. And I forgot one thing that Asha wrote in her handwriting. I remember the cheesies she would eat. Good?
It's so wonderful to see so many beautiful faces. I wasn't planning on saying anything, but just watching everybody come in really warms my heart. So thank you. I haven't been here. Last time I was here was 8 years ago with my dad, and I just realized that I didn't really speak at his funeral, and I regretted that. But I did want to say that I couldn't be happier and more blessed with my parents. I have I had the best parents, and I'm very lucky.
Yeah, I mean, how lucky am I to have Haley as my mother-in-law? Um, she's great. Only have good memories. Every time we were together, it was joking and laughing, and I would harass her relentlessly, and she loved it. You know, her being the first female driver in Trinidad, her driving skills. I remember the time she got the was backing up the car and wedged it under the limestone in the pillar and got the car stuck, and the bricks fell onto the hood of the car, and she got out, yelled at her husband, and went to bed. And that was just classic. I only have happy memories, good stories, right up until now. You know, 82 years of a life well lived. You can't ask for more than that. So love her, love everyone. Thank you for coming, and yeah, great to see you all.
It's over now. Done? Okay. So then everybody can offer their final respects. So everybody from the back can start coming forward and offer the floral tributes to her, and then we will do a final rite with the family. You can start from the back, and after the funeral rite, there's a reception there, right? There's a reception. People can go there after this service. You can go. They can directly go now, right? Okay. After this service, you can directly go to the reception hall, and then before that, offer the flowers. With the family, I'll be doing the final rites. You can start from the back. Yeah. They're going to the reception hall. Yeah, after the photo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You can wait in the reception room. They'll be you wait in the reception. Somebody going in the reception also. Hmm? Yeah, 4 people at least. एवं गुण विशेषण वशिष्ठायां सुपतितौ श्रीमान अविनाश नामधेयस्य मम name is Ahalya, last name Chooniedass, right? Ahalya Namadeva, the Chooniedass Gotrasya Antyeshti Karma Aham Karishya. I am offering these flowers sincerely to perform the final rites for her so that she is evolved and liberated. Offer the flowers on her heart. Take some more flowers. We want to pray to gods. ॐ शुक्लाम्बरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये श्रीमहागणाधिपतये नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. Offer the flowers. Again hold some flowers. Shantaakaram bhujagathayanam padmanabham suresam Viswadharam gaganasadrisam meghavarnam subhangam Lakshmikantam kamalanayanam yogi vrijjanagamyam Vande Vishnum bhava bhayaharam Sarvalokaikanadham Om Sriman Narayanaya Namo Namaha. For the flowers, please. Now again hold the flowers. Sri Lakshmi Narayana Abhyam Namaha Uma Maheshwara Abhyam Namaha Vani Hiranyagarbha Abhyam Namaha Shachi Purandara Abhyam Namaha Arundhati Vatishta Abhyam Namaha Sri Sitaram Abhyam Namaha मैत्रेयी कात्यायनी सहित याज्ञवल्क्याभ्यां नमः रुक्मिणी सत्यभामा राधा सहित श्रीकृष्ण परब्रह्मणे नमः सकल दिग्देवताभ्यां नमः भूदेवताभ्यां नमः राष्ट्रदेवताभ्यां नमः ग्रामदेवताभ्यां नमः गृहदेवताभ्यां नमः आदित्यादि नवग्रह देवताभ्यां नमो नमः आदित्याय च सोमाय मंगलाय बुधाय च गुरु शुक्र शनिभ्यश्च राहवे केतवे नमः. Offer the flowers. So we're going to offer the body into the fire as I was saying earlier. To offer the body in the fire, we have to sanctify the body. So we have that water, Ganga Jal. So take some flowers. Chunidas Gotrasya Ahalya Pradesh Mridisthane Shavanimitta Snana Maya Dete Tavopatishtam. Just sprinkle a little bit. Sprinkle on her. With the flower, just sprinkle like that. Yeah. Now, the kumkum there represents fire, and the bhasma, the ash represents the final state of everything. Everybody goes into the state of ash ultimately. All our experiences as finally burnt in the our mind as a, and the happiness turns out to be like a white ash. So bhasma, offered on her. Shunidas Gotrasya Ahalya Brahmistana Shavanimitta Gandham Bhasmam Kumkum Mayadhiti Tavopatishtatam. Take some flowers and offer these flowers as a remembrance of all the loving actions she did towards you. Sprinkle all around her. Shunidas Gotrasya Ahalya Pratimrtisana Shavanimitta Pushpamala Mayadhiti Tavopatishtatam. Now there is a lamp, that candle lamp there. Go around her three times. You're telling that this lamp represents my prayers and my love towards you, which becomes a light to you to pass in your path, as it might be like dark of sadness for you by leaving all the family and friends. I'm trying to light your path. Just go around. यमद्वारे महाघोरे अंधेन तमसावृत तत्रावलोकनार्धाय दीपो यमोपतिष्ठिताम् चुनिदस् गोत्रस्य अहल्य प्रदस्य मृतिस्थाने शवनिमित्त दीपम मया दीयते तवोपतिष्ठिताम् three times and then put that one back there. Now take some flowers. I'm going to pray to the gods to bless your ritual so that she reaches where she needs to reach. Okay, hold the flowers. अनाधिनिधनो देवः शङ्खचक्रगदाधरः अक्षयपुण्डरीकाक्षप्रेतमोक्षप्रदो पद प्रेतमोक्षप्रदो भव कृष्ण कृष्ण कृपालत्वमगतीनां गतिर्भव संसारान्नवमग्नानां प्रथित पुरुषोत्तम ओम तत्सत् प्रेतात्म शांति of those flowers there. All of them together. So as I was telling earlier, we're going to stop five places and then offer these rice balls and break it into four directions. We cannot do here. We can't throw them anywhere. We're just going to put in the four corners. As I say the mantra, you're going to put it. Chunidas Gotrasya Ahalya Pradeshe Dwaradeshe Pandhanimitteshite one corner, that corner. Just wait. As I'm saying, you just do it. Don't do it all at once until I do it. I'll say the mantra and then you do it. Okay. Now the second one. Okay. In that corner. Third one in this corner. Chunidas Gotravati Ahalya Pradeshe Chatwari Kejanimitta Yeshada Pindamayadita in that corner. Yeah. How many did you put? Two. Third one in this corner. Yeah. Like a square. Chunidas Gotrasya Ahalya Chatwari Kejanimitta Pindamaya, the third one. My Pindamayadita Upatishta. Now the fourth one. Chunidas Gotrasya Ahalya Prasya Vishwanta Bhutanamna Nimitta Yeshita Pindo Mayadhita Upatishta in the fourth corner. The fifth one, put near her right hand. Near the right hand. That is all the four ones. Yeah. The fifth one represents her good actions, her karmas which are going with her. So they are not going to go anywhere. Shunidas Godrasya Ahalya Prasya Shavahaste Sadhana Videshita Pindamayadita Upadishtam. Put near the heart. That's done. Good. All the five done? Good now. So we're going to do a fire ritual in a way. Put them back where they are. We'll do a fire ritual without fire. The fire is going to be lit in the last place there because of the fire regulations. We can't lit a fire here. So I'm going to say some mantra swahas. First you're going to do uh, three sticks. Put on there. Three sticks. I'm going to, so the three sticks. I'll chant the mantra and you're going to place them one by one. Okay. ओम चत्वारि शृंगत्रय अस्य पादद्वय शीर्ष सप्तहस्तासु अस्य त्रिदाबद्धौ वृषभरोरविद महोदय मच आवेश स्वाहा वनमदम् ओम चत्वारि शृंगत्रय अस्य पादद्वय शीर्ष सप्तहस्तासु अस्य त्रिदाबद्धौ वृषभरोरविद महोदय आवेश स्वाहा थर्ड वन ओम चत्वारि शृंगत्रय अस्य पादद्वय शीर्ष सप्तहस्तासु अस्य त्रिदाबद्धौ वृषभरोरविद महोदय आवेश स्वाहा fourth one also put on the top of it and just for symbolically we want to put the camphor on the way the three sticks you can put them Om Bhurbhuvassuvaromithi Agnim Pratisthapya. Put them. That's lighting the fire. So there's green here, well there. So you can offer on the side also. Side of the box. On the box. I say Swaha in offer. Om Agnaye Swaha Agnaye Swaha Agnaye Swaha Agnaye Swaha Agnaye Swaha Uttaradha Purvardhe Agnaye Idam Namam Somaya Swaha Somaya Swaha Somaya Swaha Somaya Swaha Dakshinardha Purvardhe Agnaye Idam Namam Madhye Agnaye Swaha Agnaye Idam Put the ghee back now. So there are this whole plate can be offered. Every time I say swaha, you offer this plate. Everything here will offer now, but one by one. Okay. Offer all around near the edges of the box. Okay. I say swaha, you offer. You can offer a handful of them. Okay. Om Lomabhya Swaha. Om Tvache Swaha. Om Lohitaya Swaha. Om Medobhya Swaha. Om Mamsebhya Swaha. Om Stanubhya Swaha. Om Astibhya Swaha. Om Majjabhya Swaha. Om Retase Swaha. Om Payave Swaha. Om Ayasaya Swaha. Om Prayasaya Swaha. Om Samyaya Swaha. Om Vyasaya Swaha. Om Ujjaya Swaha. Om Suche Swaha. Om Sochate Swaha. Sochamanaya Swaha. शोकाय स्वाहा तपसे स्वाहा तप्यते स्वाहा तप्तमानाय स्वाहा तप्ताय स्वाहा धर्माय स्वाहा निष्कृत्य स्वाहा प्रायश्चित्तै स्वाहा भेषजाय स्वाहा यमाय स्वाहा अंतकाय स्वाहा मृच्यवे स्वाहा ब्रह्मणे स्वाहा ब्रह्महत्यायै स्वाहा विश्वेभ्यो देवेभ्य स्वाहा ध्यावा पृथ्वीभ्य स्वाहा प्रेतवाहाय स्वाहा प्रेतसंख्याय स्वाहा प्रेतपाय स्वाहा प्रेतभूमिपाय स्वाहा ओम प्रेतहंत्र्यै स्वाहा rest of them pour all across the edge of it put all of it keep a couple of incense sticks away. Just keep a couple of incense sticks. Just keep them out. That's very good. Which one? Yeah, they're all fine. Those ones I just want a little bit. Be careful. I want a little bit left. Add them in the side. A couple of agarbattis. And couple of agarbattis. Put them all inside. Okay, one second. Put them all in the edges. Okay. Om Preta Sankhyaye Swaha, Preta Paya Swaha, offer them all. Preta Bhumipaya Swaha, Preta Hantriye Swaha, Om Kavyada, Om Sa, offer all of it. Just offer everything. You can offer with the plate also. Plate, yeah, you can offer with the plate. Now take the ghee. Again, you can offer all across, all around. You can pour it all. Om Sarvam Vai, you can pour all. Sarvam Vai Purnag, pour it. Sarvam Vai all around. Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Sarvam Vai Purnagvam Swaha. Put these fruits in all the corners there. These fruits and the coconuts. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnaat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya. Across that, just arrange them. One coconut near the head and the fruits in the four corners. This coconut towards the feet, this coconut. So now you take these agarbattis. In India, we just take a torch and go near the head and light the fire. So here you just go around one time. Just go around. कृत्वा सुदुष्कृतां कर्म जानता वाप्य जानता मृत्युकालवशं प्राप्य नरं पंचतत्वम् आगतः धर्माधर्म समायुक्तं लोभमोह समावृतः देहेयं सर्वगात्रान् दिव्यान् लोकान् स गच्छतु. Go near the head and imagine you are lighting the fire. And go to the other side. Go toward the side of the photo. Hello, sir. There and go around. Behind the photo, touch the, now from there, touch it there near the head. Saying that you are now lighting the fire. Leave those sticks inside. So now this is all done. We have to do a lot of improvisation here. This fire is set in the exactly cremation. We have that camphor. They will light and put it inside. Okay. So now we are done to take this body. So four people can just move that casket a little bit. Okay. In the meanwhile, you are going to you are going to carry. You are carrying the body. You are carrying the fire from your house. When you get done with the house, that fire is burning. This wicks too. Now you carry the camphor. The four of your families will just try to move this slightly. close it. And all the rest of the flowers you can offer there. Anybody want to offer flowers one last time? They can offer now. Avinash, please take this camphor and go in the front.
One moment.
Let him go in the front.